Hello everyone. Okay. Now, okay. So we have started with the unit number 1 and 2. We have already covered unit 1 and 2. In unit 1, we have discussed about the physical layer and basics of networking. In unit number 2, we have covered the topic related to your data link layer, somehow related to your network layer. In network layer, we have already discussed the protocol of IPv4, IPv6 and network layer components. And we have already discussed about the IPv4 header, IPv6 header, subnetting, addressing and all other stuff. Now, in case of unit number 3, we have to continue with the network layer, but this time we will discuss the property of congestion control of network layer. We will discuss the property of congestion control, its principle and two algorithm, leaky bucket and token bucket. Then we have the transport layer, application layer, network security. In today's lecture, we will discuss the first part, that is network layer. Okay. Now, my lecture is today based on the congestion control and quality of service. These both terms, congestion control and quality of service, are both related with the similar, that we can say the data traffic. Now, data traffic means what? Obviously, when we generate the data from source to destination in some sort of information, some sort of datagram travels through the data transmission medium, that causes a traffic that we can call the data traffic. That is similar to the road, the vehicles traveling on the road. Now, how we can define the congestion? The congestion is basically a phenomena. Let's say we have the road and the vehicle over the road are higher than the capacity of the road. Then there's a traffic jam. The traffic jam, in case of networking, technically we can call it as congestion. When the capacity of network is overwhelmed by the number of packets travel through these transmission medium intermediate nodes. Okay, now we have another term, quality of service. Congestion control and quality of the service, these are two terms that we can use let's say in parallel. When the packet reaches effectively from source to destination, then obviously performance is higher, no congestion is there. When packet is not able to reach its destination, obviously there is some sort of problem or some sort of congestion, then its performance will by default degraded. So we can say when there is no congestion, the quality of service is good. When there is congestion, the performance quality of service will get degraded. Okay, now we're going to discuss the traffic. As we can say in the given figure, on x-axis we have second, on y-axis we have data rate, right? And x-axis define the time. There's a two term, peak data rate and average data rate. Obviously we have already discussed in case of physical rate. Data rate means the number of packets traveled through per second. There's a time when the traffic is at their peak. That is something what we can call peak data rate. Let's say we are traveling from CU to Chandigarh. There's a time when there is so you get off like on 4:30, so the traffic on that particular time in Kharad is higher than the other normal time. So that particular time, what we can say, peak time in layman language, or in case of networking we will define as a peak data rate. Otherwise the normal packets traveling through the network, it comes under the category of average data rate. Okay, now we can define the three traffic profile. One is the constant bit rate, variable bit rate, bursty. Obviously bit rate is number of packets per unit time. Constant bit rate by default means when the traveling of packet is uniform in nature. That means 2 packets travels per second, 4 packet travels per second, or 5, whatever it is. That means the packet travel are in uniform in nature. Variable data rate, when there is a fluctuation in the speed of traveling of packets. On some sort, on one time it is 5, on other time it is 10, on another time it is 7, on another time it is 30. So maybe there is a variable data rate. In case of busty is some sort of the digital signal. Either it should be at higher or either it is 0. Means on 1 to 2 second there is data that is at this rate. On 2 to 4 it remains idle. Then on 4 to 5 again there is data that is at some sort of data rate. So we have three traffic profiles: constant, variable and bursty. Then we have the term congestion. Obviously congestion, very simple term, means jam, traffic jam. Now congestion in network, when it will occur? Obviously when the load of network is higher than the capacity of network. That means the number of packets sent in a network is greater than the capacity of network. Now, is congestion a good phenomena? Obviously it is not. Nobody wants to stuck in the traffic. Even your data packet does not want to. So does data packet wants to reach its destination at its required time. If there is a congestion, they are not able to reach its destination. When they are not able to reach their destination, then your network is not good. Your network performance is not higher. Now, how this packet will travel through the intermediate node? We can define intermediate node as router. The main process of router we have discussed in last unit, it is routing. Routing is what? Routing is a phenomena in which it will send the packet to the next node towards its destination. Now, we have the interfaces. Interfaces means ports. They have the memory. They will maintain the two queue. One is input queue and one is output queue. In input queue, they will receive the packet from the last node towards its source, and they will store on the input queue. On output queue, it will send the packet towards its destination. Now, obviously queue means that's a data structure that used to store the packets and linear data structure. Then we have the congestion control. Congestion control means technique either that is used to prevent it and cure it. We have two types of congestion control. One is open loop, another one is closed loop. In layman language, we can term open loop as a prevention. That means by default we want that my network should be congestion free. In closed loop, that is what? Removal. When there is congestion, then it will take appropriate action. I think you are able to understand. We have two types of technique, congestion control technique: open loop and closed loop. In case of open loop, they're gonna prevent it. They will try that my network should remain the congestion free. In case of closed loop, it is removal. Means what? When there is congestion, they will generate or some sort of packet, or they have their own mechanism to remove the congestion. Now, congestion control categories: open loop and closed loop. In case of open loop, we have 5 policies. In case of closed loop, we have 4 policies. Open loop: retransmission, window, acknowledgement, discarding and admission. In closed loop, we have back pressure, job packet, implicit signal and explicit signal. I repeat, congestion control broadly categorized into the two parts: open loop and closed loop. In case of open loop, we have further 5 categories: retransmission, window, acknowledgement, discarding and admission. In case of closed, we have further 4 categories: back pressure, job packet, implicit and explicit. Now we're going to discuss one by one. We'll start with the open loop. Okay, in case of open loop, first one is retransmission. Now its name specifies retransmit. We have already discussed some these kind of phenomena in the last data link layer in case of flow control. I hope you will remember. Retransmission is what? Source will regenerate the packet when it find my packet is not able to reach its destination. It's quite simple. There's no if and but. Whenever in due sort of time it is not able to know that the packet generated by me is not able to reach its destination, the same in case of data link layer. then it will regenerate the packet. That is something what we can call retransmission policy. Window is what? Some sort of buffer space. We have taken the size n. I hope you remember. We have the protocol go back n and selective repeat. Go back n means we will repeat all the packet. They are not able to reach its destination. In case of selective repeat, we are going to repeat only those number or only those packets that are not able to reach towards its destination. These two policies, window and retransmission, we have already discussed it. Then we have the acknowledgement policy. Now, acknowledgement policy means what? We'll send the packet. What is acknowledgement? Some sort of what we can say in layman, confirmation. Okay, when it send the packet towards destination send a signal, control signal, a packet, you can say acknowledgement. Now, when source not able to receive the confirmation, what it will assume? That my packet is lost somewhere, maybe due to congestion. Then what it will do? It will retransmit the packet. Although these are the working mechanism of acknowledgement and retransmission are almost similar. These two policies are new: discard policy or discarding policy, or admission policy. Discard means what? Now let's say we have a stream of video, right? And on other hand, we have stream of some sort of data, some email or some written data. Now, as you all know, video is what? Video consists of number of frames, 100,000 of frame. Now what will happen when individual frame will travel through the network? 1 or 2 or 3, 4, 5 frame will get lost. Obviously that does not impact the performance of the data. We are able to understand the data without 3, 4, 5 frames. So in that case, the policy that will work, we can call it discarding policy. Discarding policy means it's gonna discard the less sensitive packet if there is an congestion. I think you are able to understand. We have the how the structure will work. Source, destination. How source destination connected with the help of intermediate node. Intermediate nodes कौन सी हैं होती हैं? Routers. Router have their routing algorithm. Router have their brain. They are able to know. We have some sort of flow level. In case of IPv4 6, we have already discussed. If flow level means it is less sensitive packet, they are able to discard it, right? Okay. Admission policy. Admission means what? Admit करना किसी चीज को. When we come into the CU, you have your forms, you will done your 10+2 non-medical PCM, some sort of marks. Now, if they have available seat in the stream, they will give you the admission. Otherwise, they will deny you. This is the mechanism that will work. So, what we can conclude from there? Admission means what? When available resources there, then you are able to take the admission. In case of networking, how can you define? Now, if there is requirement of 10 MB per second, if 10 MB per second is available, only that the communication is started, otherwise they have to wait. This is something that we can call open loop policy. Admission policy, we are only going to use the resources if it is available. If they are not available, they have to discard the packets, or they have to wait the packet, or whatever the mechanism is there. I hope you will understand. Retransmission, window, acknowledgement, these three are similar to the data link layer. Discarding and admission policy, these two are the new one. Okay, closed loop policy. Closed loop policy we have already discussed. One is prevention, another one is cure. In medical field, prevention and cure. Prevention means we are going to prevent the disease. Cure, disease is there, now we have to take the cure of it. We need to, like, what we can say, that if something happen will be there, then we need to make all the things right. Now, first thing, we have the back pressure. Back pressure, how we can define the pressure? Pressure is basically force. In physics, what we can call pressure is a force. Back pressure, back force. pressure force, back pressure, back force. Now you'll see the figure. What we can understand, we have the source, we have the destination. The data flow is from left to right. You can see in the figure. First, second, third, fourth, these all are what? These all are intermediate nodes. Now let's say on third node the congestion is there. So what third node will do? It will back pressure the second node. It will send the second packet back towards the second node, that I am not able to receive your packet because of some sort of congestion. Now second will back pressure towards the first. First will tell the source, it will not tell the source. Now first will understand that this is not the right time to reach the destination. Okay, so these are the mechanism. So back pressure is what? It is only applicable when we know where the packet comes from, right? I hope you understand. We have the two types of circuits are there. One is the virtual circuits, one is the datagram. All right, virtual circuit, they're gonna maintain the source to destination same path. First they will establish the circuit, then they will send the packet and so on. In case of datagram, they just flood the packet. Packets will follow the different path to reach the destination. So this back pressure closed loop policy is only applicable to the virtual circuit. Obviously when we need to send the source and all intermediate node, we need to know the path. Only the path is fixed in case of circuit switching or virtual circuit, right? Now we have the choke packet. Choke packet. Choke means what? We are stuck somewhere, right? Now let's say this is applicable to the both virtual and datagram approach also. Now how this will work? As we can see in the figure, this figure is almost similar to the previous one, but there's small difference. The data flow is obviously from left to right. Again the congestion occur at the third node. So what will happen at the third node? It will generate a control signal or a control packet with the name of choke packet to the source, right? To the source, that this packet struck at node number 3. Then it is dependent upon the source what they will do, right? So this is another a cure to the congestion. It will tell the source that your packet will not reach towards its destination safely. There is some sort of congestion at node number 3. Now how node number 3 comes to know that this packet comes from which source? Obviously they have the source and destination path fields on their TCP IP header, right? Okay. Now closed loop policy, further we have the 2, 3rd and 4th, implicit signal and explicit signal. It is very hard to believe in case of implicit signal that there is no communication between the node and a source. In case of back pressure, it will tell the source and all intermediate nodes. In case of closed, they will send the control packet to the source. In case of implicit, there is no communication. So how it will work? Like they have sent the packet, a packet reaches destination, they came to know the acknowledgement or some sort of mechanism. Packet not reaches, by default they assume there is congestion, right? Nobody will tell them the congestion is at node number 2, node number 3 or node number 4, wherever it is, it hardly matters. In case of explicit signal, if node experience any kind of congestion, let's say at node number 1, 2, 3, wherever it finds the congestion, it will send a packet to source as well as destination. If packet is towards the destination, then what we can say? Forward signaling. If packet is in the opposite direction of congestion, then we can say backward signaling, that is backward towards the source. Now there's one question in your mind maybe, that what is the difference between the choke packet and explicit signaling? Both are sending the packet. Now in case of forward and backward signaling, they will send the data along with the control signal. In case of like choke packet, it will only send the control signal. That is the basic difference. In case of forwarding signal, it will send the packet towards the destination. It will tell the destination that you want this packet, but this packet is struck over there. You're not able to receive the next packets, right? In case of backward, it will tell the source that this packet generated by you for this particular guy, but this packet is struck at somewhere in first, second, or third node. You're not able to generate the next packets. So this is the closed loop policy in case of the congestion control. I hope you understand. So what we have done till now, we have the data traffic, we have discussed the queue, and then we have the congestion control, then we have the congestion control policies, open and closed loop. 5 is there, 4 are there. Out of 5, 1, 2, 3 are same as the data link layer. Discard and admission are the new. Then we have the back pressure, choke packet, implicit signal, and explicit signal, right? Then we have discussed all in detail. If you still any doubt, then you can contact me, and you can also give me call. Now the next topic, we have the techniques to improve the quality of service. Now how we can define the quality of service? Quality of service means what? Now we have already discussed this quality of service and congestion control. These are two similar terms. Not similar, they work in the same manner. Like if congestion control mechanisms are good, they work in appropriate manner, the quality of service will be higher. We'll discuss the quality of service in terms of scheduling, shaping of traffic, admission control. We have also already discussed resource reservation. Resource reservation and admission control both are interrelated term. If admission is there, only then they are able to reserve the resource for the particular things. Now scheduling and traffic shaping, these two are the new terms. Now how we can define the schedule? Schedule means what? Like for roll number 1 will give the first, then we have the something task assigned to roll number 2, maybe then next 4, then next 10, some sort of scheduling. You have discussed this concept in operating system, right? That how these processes are scheduled in the various processes. Now you will see a figure on left side. We have the arrival of packet. If queue is full, yes, it is going to discard the packet, otherwise it will send the packet towards the queue. The name of packet queue is first in first out. That means the first packet received is first departure. Now this processor is who is this processor? This processor is intermediate node. Now these intermediate nodes are who are these intermediate nodes? These are routers. We have earlier discussed these queues, right? Queues in the router, input and output. Where we are talking about these queues, how these queues going to maintain, right? Now in that case, first in first out, the first come will get first departure. This is very simple. That is how we can define the term scheduling. Then we have the priority. I hope you understand this term priority. We are living in India, right? When there is a VIP culture. Priority means what? We are giving the different treatment for the different peoples, right? Let's say there is arrival of packet on left side. Classifier, who is going to classify that this is my high priority packet, this is my low priority packet, right? And for high priority, they're gonna maintain the different queue. For low priority, they're gonna maintain the separate queue. Let's say on high priority, they have some sensitive information. On low priority, they have some less sensitive information. Now the processor in the blue part, the switch turns to other queue when the current one is empty. That means what? First it will depart the old packet received in the high priority queue. When it is done with the high priority queue, then it switch on to the other queue, that is the low priority queue. So this is how this queuing is done. I hope you understand. Last one is quite simple. First one, first in first out. There's not some sort of any kind of discrimination is there. In that case, there is discrimination, right? Discrimination for their betterment. That means one packet termed as high priority than the other one treated as a low priority. Someone given the high importance, other one gives the low importance. You can easily see these things on the traffic. Let's say we are running our car and some ambulance is there, right? The road is same. We need to give the priority to the ambulance because they need this is high priority vehicle, right? Or some VIPs is there, high priority vehicles are there. Okay. Then we have the weighted fare queuing. What this means? Weight means what? On lower part we are giving the weight 1, other one weight 2, weight 3. Weight means what? That importance. That upper has the highest importance, middle one has the middle performance, low has the lowest performance. That means what? Okay, let's say they will depart the 7 packet, but out of 7 packets, or sorry, 6 packets, out of 6 packets, 3 packets from the first queue, 2 packets from the middle queue, 1 packet from the lowest queue. This is how it works. That means they are giving weighted fare queuing. In last case, first they will empty the high priority queue, then they move towards the lower priority queue. In that case, both are treated, but treated according to their priority. Somebody has given the weight 3, other will 2 and 1. So this is how its cycle works. Out of 6, 3 from the, let's say, first given the name A, second given the name B, and third given the name C. So how it bracket travels: A, 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 B, B, C. I hope you understand, right? Okay. Now we have the 2 algorithm, very important algorithm: leaky bucket algorithm, and another one is token bucket algorithm. Now we all have the buckets in our house. Now let's say from tap the water flow is higher, the water is flowing at rate that gonna fill the bucket. On bucket lower side, let's say there is some hole. Have you ever seen in the old ages, there are the buckets, they have the hole downwards, right? On downwards there is hole. On upper side the water is keep pouring in the bucket and water is giving get out from the lowest part. Now whatever the speed of water from the tap, it will out from outlet, they will get the constant speed. You understand or not? See, we have a bucket. On bucket is under the tap. The tap has maybe higher speed or maybe lower speed. Let's say they have the busty flow of water, but there's hole in the bucket. Now the water outlet from the bucket is at the constant rate. How it is related with the traffic? We have earlier discussed the 3 types of traffics are there, right? In case of we have the traffic of variable data rate, constant, and busty. Congestion normally they will happen, let's say, in busty case. So what will happen in busty case? In busty case we have the 12 Mbps, sometime it has the 2. So this 12 MB, 2 MB both will get stored in the bucket, but out of bucket outlet is at the constant rate 3 Mbps second. You understand this term? The busty data converted into the fixed data rate. This is something what we can call the traffic shaping, right? That we're gonna shape the traffic. This is also comes under the category of like for quality of service, to improve the quality of service, right? So this is the basic mechanism for leaky bucket. How it is going to be implemented: we're gonna maintain the queue on arrival. If queue is full, that means the water in a bucket is at the highest level. If what will happen, we keep on the tap and our water in the bucket is full, obviously it will overflow. So same in case of queue. In case of queue, if we have, let's say, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, we have the capacity of 9. If there is more than this packet, obviously they need to be discarded. Otherwise what? The packets are in the queue. That queue, maybe we can say the bucket, and the removal of packet, as you see in the yellow, removal of packet is at the constant rate. Whatever the incoming speed is there, the removal of packet is at the constant rate, then it is going to depart. That is how this algorithm works, that what we can call it as leaky bucket algorithm. Leaky bucket algorithm that convert the bursty data flow into the fixed data rate, right? If there is more water than the bucket, there is overflow. If there is more data than the queue, they are going to be discarded. The output or removal of a packet from a queue is at the constant rate. Now, the leaky bucket algorithm shapes bursty traffic into the fix by averaging the data rate. It may drop the packet if bucket is full. I think we have already discussed it. Now, this another one, token bucket. Now, token means what? Token we have already discussed. We have discussed the topology. I hope you remember. Token ring. Tokening means what? Or in case of medium access control, we have discussed token. Token is some sort of approval. Somebody has token, only then they are able to communicate. In that case, we have the queue, bucket is there, we have the packet, water is there. Now, processor, they're going to depart it. They will get the one token removed and discarded per cell transmission. Means when one token need to send the one packet, another token needs to send the another packet, next token need to send the next packet. So what will happen with that case? All this speed depended upon the tokens, right? If token is removal at some constant rate, obviously the output is at the constant rate. If we want to increase the speed, then we want to increase the speed of tokens. So this is how this algorithm works. That means you can only able to generate the data or packet from the queue if you have the authority. When authority comes, when token comes at, depend upon the mechanism which rate it will come. This is how they will control. So this is all about your congestion control and this quality of service and the various types of traffic and two sort mechanism. We have the two algorithms are there, leaky bucket and token. Leaky bucket and we have the token one, right? So I'm going to upload this lecture on my Google Classroom. You will find a link over there. If you still face any difficulty, you can give me a call or you can also drop your message on the Google Classroom. Thank you.